Hi, I'm Nancy Martinez, and I'm the director of our independent retail customer channel and marketing here at LenBuschRoses. And today I'm actually in Miami, Florida at the WFSA convention, talking to vendors in the industry. And I had an opportunity to interview a few of them. Today we're going to talk to Karen and Laura from Smithers Oasis. And they have great insight on marketing and sales and what they're doing and being successful on a big company level, and how you can do that still, even if you have a team of 2 or 3. So they have some really great insights and really great information. I'm super excited to have you listen to my interview with them next. Hi, I'm Nancy, and welcome to LBR Talks. Today I am live from WFSA here, and WFSA is the wholesale floral convention in Miami. And with me I have 2 ladies from Smithers Oasis. We have Karen Oy, the Director of Sales, and Laura Rich, the Director of Marketing. Welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We're glad to be here.
Oh, good. And thank you for taking time to do this, because I think our business partners are really going to learn from industry experts like you, and things that you can teach them that you have insights on that we don't. So any little tidbits that you can give them from your perspective on how they can be successful in the state of the industry as it is now. As we know, it's changed, right? So we need to pivot, we need to adapt. And Laura, when we were talking, you had some really great ideas on marketing strategy.
Yeah, definitely. So it kind of goes without saying that nothing is what it used to be, right? I mean, the whole world has changed. While we are looking forward to things getting back to some sort of normal, there's no guarantee what that means, right? And so I think one of the things that I would really encourage floral professionals and anybody who's looking to market their business and really move forward, I would encourage us all to think entrepreneurially. So when I say that, I mean that everybody on the team has a responsibility to act quickly, to act like a startup. To every dollar that you spend it like it's your money, right? Like it's every dollar should feel like it's your cash, right? And so when I say to think entrepreneurially, I really encourage businesses to look to other organizations and outside of our industry, right? So look to other areas that are maybe up and coming and moving very quickly, or maybe any just other marketing that you just enjoy. So really kind of take a look at the landscape. One of the things that I like to tell people is that there's no time like now to just go after something and get it done. So I hear so many people say things like, oh geez, I wish I had a website, or I wish I was selling online. I just don't have the time to get that type of thing done. And I'd say there's a myriad of inexpensive platforms that you could be set up and selling online tomorrow. And an entrepreneur would do it. They would do it today and they would be selling tomorrow. So platforms like Shopify or even Wix are great entry-level platforms for marketers and floral professionals to just get up and running, especially for some more digital strategies, as this pandemic is kind of changing. The other thing that I like to remind everybody is to think of organizations like Fiverr. Like we've all heard of Fiverr for some marketing help. I use Fiverr for all sorts of things at Smithers Oasis. We're a big company, but I'm very quick to use them for voiceovers, or maybe a little bit of logo design or graphic design to help keep my costs low and allow me to do what I actually do best, right? And to really get out and do other things. So that's another piece of advice, that really kind of look at the technologies that are available and try to leverage them appropriately.
I like that. And for those of you who don't know what those are, we'll put links down below. But Fiverr's a really good example, and it's FIVERR.
I think that sounds right.
Something like that. So we will put it on there because it might be hard to find otherwise. But yes, graphic design for sure. They even have like if you need help with Excel or things like that. I mean, seriously, for inexpensively, you can hire somebody.
Right. We just learned yesterday from another customer that you get a CAD design drawn for $25, right? And you can get a logo for $25. So
Right.
it's definitely a really good, it's definitely a good resource.
Yeah, that's really good. And when we talked before, you mentioned Canva. I mean, we use Canva too, and it's another great, inexpensive, if you pay for some of the services, or free technology tool.
Yeah, I have been a long time fan of Canva. So I have actual graphic design skills with like Adobe platforms, but I will tell you, dollar for dollar, I think Canva makes more sense for just anybody who needs to do some quick down and dirty marketing. Whether it's social posts or website graphics or email blasts, flyers, whatever you could need, it's really the best place for you to get some good bang for your buck. Between like the templates that they have out there, there's just an unlimited number of tutorials. And it probably would actually really surprise everybody to know just how many things from Smithers Oasis, the big company that we are made through Canva.
Yeah.
So like it's just what I just got talking about, acting entrepreneurially. We're all graphic designers, we're all content creators, we're all makers of stuff. And so I keep telling my marketing department that if you haven't made something lately, you probably aren't a marketer. So go make something. So Canva really opens up things like that.
Sure, and it makes you look professional.
Oh my gosh, yes.
And you want to grab your customers'
Definitely.
attention, and you're right with the
Definitely.
templates.
Yeah, I love it. I love it. So, and also when I think about like how the world of the pandemic has been changing, another thing when I think entrepreneurially, we all have to think like entrepreneurs, but we also have to all think strategically, right? So we don't have time to hold anybody's hand anymore. All of our teams are smaller, we all have to be leaner and meaner. And so I really try to encourage our team to be able to feel empowered, to think strategically about where we're headed and how to answer and support our customers in a quick entrepreneurial fashion, right? Because entrepreneurs, they don't have 20 layers of management to go through to make your customer happy, right? Like we decide something, we're decisive, we act on it very quickly. So I really do try to encourage, as we've been coming out of this pandemic, that we all need to think strategically, and we need to think in a capacity of being able to answer our customers' problem, and we need to empower our people to do so.
Empowering your people,
Yeah.
for sure. Especially with many of these being small businesses, and most of our partners out there don't have, an extensive staff. Empowering them and giving them the tools and strategy to do just what you said is awesome.
Yeah, get things done. Because at the end of the day, isn't that what we're trying to do? Right?
Yes.
I don't know about you, that's what I just want to get things done.
And you, Karen, on the sales side, with things changing, what have you been doing? What is your team's been doing?
Sure. So as Laura mentioned, a lot of change this year. The way we think, the way we go to business. Again, we're a large company, Smithers Oasis, but we only have a sales group of 6 people that cover all of North America. So one thing that we've really learned this year, as we've all been on lockdown with no travel rules, is how to sell differently. So again, we're tapping into Laura's team for better tools from the marketing group to enable the sales group to sell virtually, and they don't have to necessarily be in front of their customers, although they want to be. How can they be successful selling from home? Selling through Zoom calls, selling through Teams calls. We don't have that interaction anymore. So really proud of my team, how they've embraced the whole new way of selling, and they've proven to themselves that they can be successful that way. And I think that's a really big thing, is how you can be successful selling differently. That's really a big challenge for us.
And that's really great. And for a while, when customers weren't coming through the door, you really had to go to them, right?
That's
so
right.
either it being through Facebook or your Instagram or whatever, ways of reaching out to your customers.
Yeah. And it's all about connections and communication, right? So again, we're used to that face-to-face. We're used to being in front of our customers. We can go out and we can socialize with them. But it's so important that we find new ways to connect. So different than a phone call, it's really important to have that FaceTime on video calls, and that's where we've really been able to be successful. And again, just working as a team, as Laura said, we're lean and mean, and we have to get things done. So, business didn't slow down. It didn't stop. So we've had to keep moving it and keeping those connections with our customers.
Yeah, and I think for us, we've gotten better as a company company. We've gotten more organized since we've all kind of been grounded a little bit more. So we've redeployed things like we use Microsoft Teams to manage 99.9% of our work anymore, which is amazing because pre-pandemic, we would have never taken the time to set up the things in Microsoft Teams the way that we needed to for us to now leverage those tools and be successful, right? And so we've just we've really kind of changed our structure of how we communicate with each other and how that we work. And again, it's still all that entrepreneurial mindset that we're taking it.
It is. We're much more effective and we're much more efficient than we ever were.
And speaking of Microsoft Teams, it's one way to communicate via meeting, and there's also really awesome organizational tasks and setting up. Like say you have an event to do. I mean, the task tool on Microsoft Teams, again, which is free, is so powerful, and it can be shared within your team, and you can assign different parts of it to different parts of your team. So great tools that are free that you just need to roll up your sleeves and learn a little bit about them. But
And instead of 45 emails amongst a sales group or a marketing group, now it's tasks on a micro Teams board, and it saves all those email exchanges back and forth. It's really quite amazing.
Yeah, I agree. It's forced us to think differently and act differently and work differently so that we can be successful. And great to hear that it's kind of big company level and it's going to work with even if you have a team of 3 of you, right? So that's great. Well, super appreciate your time, being that we're here at a convention. I know pulling you from your work was generous of you.
Oh, it's a pleasure.
Yes.
It's a pleasure.
We appreciate you. We appreciate your products, but we really appreciate today your industry knowledge. So thank you.
Thanks, Nancy.
Thank you. And thank you for joining. We'll see you next time. What a great interview with both Laura and Karen. Super appreciate them being here and taking time out to share what they do from their company's perspective and giving you some nuggets and ideas of how you can help in both your marketing and your sales. So again, some of the apps that Laura mentioned, we'll put on the screen here so you can go ahead and check them out. I encourage you to. Most of them are free and or really inexpensive ways to up your game in both the sales and the marketing and organizing your team. So I hope you enjoyed this, and we will see you next time.